The royal family is a real-life drama that has captivated the nation for decades, but while it's easy to get caught up in the drama, it's important to remember that this isn't just a story, it's a family. King Charles' reign marked the end of an era and ended the family monarchy set by Queen and Prince Philip. If you want to know what King Charles' relationship with Prince Philip was like, watch on. The late Queen and Prince Philip's enduring marriage sealed the brand of family monarchy, but this fell apart after King Charles divorced Princess Diana, and he now needs a new way of uniting the nation, according to a royal author and historian. Author and historian Carolyn Harris said that the royal family is at a crossroads in its history, that it is facing serious challenges as it seeks to maintain its relevance in an increasingly diverse society. King Charles' failed marriage to Princess Diana means he is unable to carry the brand of family monarchy like his parents. The royal family has always been known for their close relationships, and this was especially true of King Charles' parents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Their marriage was a symbol of stability in Britain. November 20th marked the 75th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's wedding to Prince Philip, a union that lasted for 73 years until his death in 2021. On the 22nd of July 1939, 13-year-old Elizabeth attended Britannia Royal Naval College with her parents and sister Princess Margaret. As King George VI and the future Queen Mum finished their appointments, Philip entertained the girls. The Queen fell head over heels in love with her companion. No wonder. At 18, Philip had blonde hair, blue eyes, and an athletic figure that would be considered heartthrob material these days. Philip, who was born on June 10, 1921, on the island of Corfu, was of noble birth. His parents were Prince Andrew of Greece and Princess Alice of Battenberg. Elizabeth was said to have fallen madly in love with Philip that day, and the rest is history? Not quite. It was love on hold, but Princess Elizabeth saw her fate and set her heart on Prince Philip. Because of the age gap, Philip initially had no romantic interest in Elizabeth. Nonetheless, the two still stayed in touch. Now and then, Philip even visited Windsor Castle. At the same time, he was making a career in the Navy and serving in World War II, and his feelings for the princess were rekindled. In a letter to Elizabeth, Philip demonstrated his happiness. He asked if he deserved all the good things that happened to him, especially falling completely and unconditionally in love. The answer was yes. On July 9, 1947, Philip and Elizabeth announced their engagement despite resistance from others. But for Elizabeth, it was clear. Prince Philip was the man of her life. Her cousin Margaret Rhodes said she never looked at anyone else. For the love of Elizabeth, Philip renounced his foreign titles and became a British citizen. Elizabeth and Philip tied the knot on the 20th of November 1947 in London's Westminster Abbey. The royal couple set an instant trend. Their wedding was listened to by 200 million people, and the year they married became a record-breaking year for weddings. The House of Windsor, Britain's reigning family, had reached dizzy new heights. Within a year, Prince Charles was born. His arrival was a boom for the family monarchy. It sealed the deal. Regardless of what happened behind closed doors, Elizabeth and Philip appeared to be the perfect couple in a fast-changing society. Their marriage would prove a tough act to follow. It's now up to Charles to find a new potent brand to lead the monarchy today. In a conversation with Tessa Dunlop, she said of Charles' marriage to Diana, by 1980 the pressure on Charles was huge. Britain was itching for another royal wedding. On the surface, his marriage looked like the perfect second act, another blushing bride with her sailor prince. When they married in 1981, they were considered one of the most attractive couples in Britain, with a fairy tale romance that had captured the hearts of many people from all over the world. They had two children together, Prince William and Prince Harry, who have since grown up to be successful young men living their own lives outside of the royal circles. In addition to being a popular celebrity couple at the time of their marriage, they also represented a new type of family monarchy that focused on their public image than any other aspect of their lives. This meant that their personal lives would be scrutinized heavily by media outlets across the globe, and any scandalous behavior by either party would likely result in negative press coverage for both parties involved, as well as damage done to their brand as a whole. But alas, as we now know all too well, things didn't go as planned. After just 10 years of marriage, Prince Charles and Lady Diana separated, and with it, family monarchy fell apart. In the end, Charles is the product of his generation, just as his parents were of theirs. But can our everyman king find a new brand as potent as family monarchy? For more royal relationship insight, we're heading to Netflix. Yes, you heard us right. The Netflix series The Crown is a historical drama that follows the lives of Queen Elizabeth II and her family during her early years as the Queen of England. This show has been a huge hit, with critics praising its writing and acting, and it's no surprise, the show has an incredible cast. But what does this tell us about the relationships between members of the royal family? What can we learn from their interactions? And what does it say about how they relate to one another? And while we love this show and binge watch all of season 1 in one sitting, there's one thing that had us speculating: Charles's relationship with his father, Prince Philip. Here's what we know, or what's been reported, about our now king's relationship with Prince Philip. What was the nature of their relationship in those early days? In the 1988 book, Charles, royal biographer Penny Junor claimed that Prince Philip had a very difficult relationship with his son. According to the book, Prince Charles was an introverted child who preferred arts and books over sports. This reportedly bothered his father, who pushed him to be less sensitive. In Season 2, Episode 9 of Netflix's The Crown, Prince Philip was reported to have called his son bloody weak and appeared to be cold and distant towards him. However, there was nothing to back this version of their relationship up, and the royal family was reportedly upset by it. The Duke of Edinburgh revealed in a 2016 interview with royal biographer Giles Bandreth that Charles is a romantic, while he himself is more pragmatic. Then it makes sense that they would see things differently. In a 2001 book, Diana, Story of a Princess, Junor told author Tim Clayton that Philip was sometimes too tough on his son and came across as a bully. This supposedly resulted in a case of low self-esteem for the young prince, who felt as though he had fallen short of his father's expectations. However, according to Prince Philip's cousin Patricia, the Duke was sometimes tough on his son as he wanted to help him develop traits that would help him deal with the pressures of being a member of the royal family. We can bet he's grateful for his teachings now he's king. The pair must have been drawn closer together since Charles sought advice from his father before his marriage to Princess Diana. The advice ended up in the headlines because of a taped private conversation between Princess Diana and her vocal coach. Princess Diana said, "My father-in-law said to my husband, if your marriage doesn't work out, you can always go back to her after 5 years. Of course, she was referencing Camilla, so was this his reason for cold feet? Either way, he appeared to have taken his father's advice for better or worse. Why then did Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth II not attend Charles' wedding to Camilla? The press reported that Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip were absent from the ceremony because the bride and groom had previously been divorced. The Queen's role as head of Church of England, a position that discourages divorce, meant it might have been viewed as inappropriate for her to attend. Prince Philip and King Charles are like oil and water, but it turns out they found a way to grow closer. While they may not have been best friends, the king was one of the first members of the royal family to be seen visiting his father when he went to the hospital last year to undergo treatment for a pre-existing heart condition. Royal experts speculate that this was a sign that the pair had grown closer in recent years. It's hard to know if both news outlets for Netflix's The Crown are telling the truth or exaggerating about the dynamics of relationships behind closed doors. The Palace Insider told Glamour after the second season aired, the Queen realizes that many who watch The Crown take it as an accurate portrayal of the royal family, but she cannot change that. She was very upset by the way Prince Philip is depicted as being a father insensitive to his son's well-being. The Crown has to deal with the fact that nothing is certain or certain to be in history. The writers of the series have to take some liberties at times, no matter how hard they try to stick close to reality. Let us know if you think The Crown got it right in the comments section below. Like and subscribe for more.